everyone, welcome to AssistEdge RPA webinar. Agenda of the webinar is to learn about reset process in AssistEdge RPA Automation Studio and call the reset process using reset process activity. So let's get started with creating a reset process. The reset process helps you to change the current state of the application in your automation to the state configured in the reset process. So let us understand few scenarios where reset process can be effectively used. Resetting an application sets the application to the state where it was before running the automation. For example, you need to search for an email in SMTP and there might be different details available. Instead of submitting these details, you can reset and enter the details again. Another real-time example could be while booking a ticket on a booking website, web page might expire due to load on server and user will be redirected again to the home page to book the ticket. Or user might have redirected on a payment gateway to make a payment, but due to time constraint, web page might have expired. In that case also, reset is required. Next one is, if the automation process consists of a search process, reset clears the search value, search result and sets it back to the initial state. In such and many other scenarios to reset the state of an application during automation, reset process can be created and called using the reset process activity. So let us check a real-time example where reset process can be used. For that, I am opening a web browser. I have opened web browser and on that I have typed one website name, opensource.demo.orangehrmlive.com. Consider a scenario where user has to fetch the leave report from Orange HRM open source HR management system. I will provide the credentials to log into the system and will click over Leave tab, Report sub tab, and I will click on Leave Entitlements and Usage Report. We'll select leave type and data will be fetched. Since the bulk amount of data needs to be fetched from this leave tab, it may take hours to extract the data. But this web page expires after every 15 minutes. In that case, when user logs in, again he lands on the home page. This is the dashboard. In this situation, in order to carry on with the task user left earlier, he has to redirect on the leave page once again, like this. And from this point onwards, user will carry on with the task. So this is the case reset process can be used where user will be resetting the state of this application from dashboard tab to leave report tab. Prerequisite to use reset process is that in Automation Studio you need to configure the application that you want to automate for reset. Now let's check steps to create a reset process. Firstly, in the toolbar, click Create and then click Reset Process. The flowchart designer opens. Then, in the Studio menu, from the Canvas Tools pane, drag Application Activity and drop on the flowchart designer. It is below the Start element. Next is, in the Application Type list, select the type of application you want to reset. Then, in the Select an Application list, select the configured application. Alternatively, you can add a new application at this level. Then click the settings icon to open the multimodal interface. The application opens and the respective multimodal interface appears. Then configure the reset state of the application in the same way you capture any other automation action. Finally, click Save As to save the process. The reset process is created and saved with the name of the application. You can view the saved process in home page. Once you save the process, make sure that you publish and deploy the process. Let us move ahead. Once you have created reset process and made sure that you have deployed the process, then reset process activity comes into the picture. Reset process activity allows you to reset the application for which a reset process is already deployed. You can reset an application instance anywhere in the automation process workflow using this activity. Resetting an application sets the application to the state where it was before running the automation. For example, if the automation process consists of a search process, reset clears the search value, search result, and sets it back to the initial state. Please make a note that this activity must be used inside the application for which the reset process is created. And the reset process for the intended application must be available and deployed, or the application does not get reset by this activity. Let us carry on. These are the steps to use reset process activity. In order to use the reset process activity, you need to follow these steps. First step is to create a process automation workflow and add an application activity. Select the required application type and application. Reset process must already be created and deployed for the selected application. Then double-click the application activity, drag the reset process activity and drop inside the application activity. Finally, the reset process activity with a default display name is created. So let us go on the Automation Studio now to check this demonstration. Before doing the automation, let us take an example of configuring a web application that requires reset. For that, I'll open Mozilla Firefox. We will redirect on EdgeVerve website and we will log in. After successfully logging into the account, user will land on the orders page. We will click on update order to update the order, and after updating the order, say I am providing order ID, I'll search the order and I'll update the order. After updating the order, assume that user wants to go back on the landing page, that is, reset the state of the process like this. So let us go on the Automation Studio now and do the demonstration. I have opened Automation Studio in order to create a reset process. First task would be to click on create the reset process and click on reset process. Then I have typed application under the process component and application is visible. I am going to drag it and drop it. Since I wanted to do the web automation, that is why I'll choose web application. And in that we are going to implement web automation. So the type of the application would be web application. We need to select an application. In order to create it, we can either click over add new application and you can provide the details. Else you can go on the admin tab and you can provide the details in order to add a new application. So since I wanted to showcase you how we will be able to mark a process as reset process, I'll prefer going on admin tab and adding an application from here. So I have clicked over the application and the application type which I wanted to add is web application. So this is the application name, EdgeVerve Reset, and I am going to click over add. EdgeVerve Reset application has been added successfully. Let me just close this box. I'll go on Canvas. So since I'm automating a web process which involves providing credentials to the web application, in my case I already have created a sign-in process. The name of the sign-in process is with the same application name. that is EdgeVerve reset underscore sign in process. I have created this sign in process. Let me just show you the automation properties. I set login, I set password, and I clicked over login button, and when I scroll down, it is showing me the default sign-in validation which comes when you create a sign-in process. So in my case, this sign-in process is ready with me, and I am going to utilize the same in the implementation. Please refer our video on Lex or AssistEdge Academy to check out how we will be able to create sign-in process. So let us go ahead on the canvas now and choose this EdgeVerve reset application. I'll go on canvas. Now application type we need to choose is web application, and we need to select an application. EdgeVerve reset is our application. I will choose it. As soon as I log in, I'll land on the orders page. Let us capture the interaction to click on orders page. Let us click on the play button of the web mode. At right hand corner, we need to configure the field properties. In the action list, let us select click action. In the display name field, let us enter a desired name. And I'm going to click over run now button. It is working perfectly fine. Let us save this configuration. Now let us go back on the Automation Studio and carry on with the further implementation. I'm going to double click on the application and you can check the automation properties. Clicked over orders page, that is landing page. Let us save this reset page. As soon as I saved the process, you can check that process has taken name automatically. So the process name is EdgeVerve reset and it has appended a text named as underscore reset. The reset process is created and saved with the name of the application. You can view the saved processes in home menu. So this is our process, EdgeVerve reset process. Let us go on the canvas now. We need to first publish this process. For that, I'll click over publish button and I will provide comment. This is the final process which I am publishing. So the process has been published successfully. Now, in order to utilize reset process, you need to make sure that your reset process is in deployed state. For that, let us go on the admin tab and under deployment tab, this is the deployment tab, let us click on deploy button, which is available at extreme right hand corner on EdgeVerve reset process. So I'm going to click over reset and deploy. This is the version 1 which I wanted to deploy, and I'm going to give comment as final reset process. Let us confirm this. So the process has been deployed successfully. I'm going to close this, and this is the deployed status of our EdgeVerve reset process. Now, in order to update order from the EdgeVerve website, let us create a process. I'm going to click over canvas. At right hand corner, there is an option to create a simple process this time. Let us utilize application. For that, I have typed application in the canvas tools and I will drag and drop the application over the canvas. So we are going to implement web automation. For that, I'll choose the type as web automation, web application automation. Then let us choose our reset application, that is EdgeVerve reset. Now we need to click over the settings. It will instantiate multimodal interface. You can check that web mode has been instantiated at lower right hand corner. So email ID and password we have captured already. That is why I will be providing these details manually. And let us go on the landing page. Here, let us click on the play button of the web mode to click on update order. So I hovered over update order and I'll click. At right hand corner, we need to configure the field properties. In the action list, let us select click action. In the display name field, let us enter a desired name of the click action. I will click over run now button to check whether my implementation is working fine. So it clicked over update order and this is the page. Let us save this. Now let us click over play button once again. So this is the multimodal interface web mode. I'm going to click over play button and let us capture the order ID. When it turns into red, then we can click and at right hand corner field properties will appear. In the action list, let us select set value action. I will provide a default value, that is 1237. This is the order ID which I wanted to update. In the display name field, let us enter a desired name of the set value action. Let us click over run now button and check whether it provides the order ID. It has provided the order ID. Let us save this first. I will click over play button and I will hover over search. At right hand corner, action properties will appear. We need to simply give a click. This would be the click on search. I'm going to click over run now button and I'm going to check whether it works fine. So update order form has been appeared. Let us scroll it down and capture another interaction, that is clicking on the update button. I'm going to give a click over update. That would be the display name. I'm going to click over run now and check whether it works fine. So order is updated successfully. It means interaction is working perfectly fine. Let us click on save button. Since we have captured required actions, let us go back on the Automation Studio now, and after this configured automation properties, I'm going to double click on the application. After these properties, I'm going to drag and drop reset process activity, which will be responsible to reset the state of this web application automation. We have completed our implementation. Now in the Studio menu, let us save this first. Process has been saved successfully. With this, we have completed our implementation. Let us set up the environment now. I am going to click over setup environment. Let us provide the credentials required to log in into this application. So our Firefox instance has been instantiated. Since we have used sign-in process, the credentials are provided automatically and we are on the landing page now, that is orders page. Environment setup is completed. Now I am going to test run this process. So process went on the update order, then it clicked over order ID, it provided the order ID, and we are back on the orders page now. So this is what we wanted to achieve, wherein we wanted to come back in the reset state. So our implementation is completed and it is showing me a message that test run is successful. In this video, we have learned about reset process in AssistEdge RPA Automation Studio. Thank you.